What up, dudes and dudettes? Happy Monday to ya. Just cleaning the garage out. Thought I'd do a little walk around. Also want to talk about a couple things. So, for some reason, the passport is smelling like gas after I shut it off. So I'll pull it in the garage, and for some reason it stinks up the garage for about, I don't know, half hour, something like that. And then it basically goes away. So I've been underneath it and looking all around, and it's got about 8,300 miles, something like that. We'll check it out. But it's only happened within the last couple weeks. So I'm not sure why, but I've Googled it, and everybody talks about either exhaust fumes coming from the capless gas tank, or they've talked about gas leaks, of course. And I've been underneath it and all around trying to look for it, and I just don't see any kind of gas leak or anything like that. I have popped the gas cap here, the gas door, and there is a little bit of a smell coming from here, but even now I can smell it, but I don't know how normal that is. Not to mention, I don't think you should fill up the garage with freaking fumes. It shouldn't be that bad. It's kind of odd that it started off, within the last couple weeks. Shouldn't have taken 8,000 miles to do that. Anyways, just one of the things that I thought about while I was talking about this, I also wanted to do a video on some of the steering wheel controls. So it's funny how different manufacturers put the buttons in different places. I don't know if there's a perfect placement for the steering controls by any means. So as you can see, the volume is on this left side over here, and then to change the track, it's this right and left spot there. The Silverado has got steering wheel controls on the back too, to control the volume and the tracks. So I kind of get why Honda did this, because if your right hand is free, you should be able to turn the knob pretty easy. And so that way, at least you have a left and a right control for the volume and the track. So I kind of get why they did that. Also, we could talk about the cruise control. For the cruise control, you just hit it down to set, and then up to resume or speed up. And the Chevy is opposite. So it's got some controls over here, I believe. It may just be your info system. We'll look at it in a little bit. Also, the controls are backwards for the Silverado and the Honda. So it's a little weird to get used to. Let's jump in the Silverado and take a little gander. All right. So for this, the steering wheel control, the cruise control settings are on this left side versus the right in the Honda. So you've got just toggle it down to set it, and then up to resume or increase the speed on your cruise control. And I don't know if you can see on the back side here. There they are right there. So that's your volume up and your volume down on the right side. But presumably, if you had your right hand unavailable for some reason, then you could not increase the volume. So unless you did it reached around with your left hand somehow, but it'd be kind of a pain in the butt. So I think that's why Honda did it, is so you could keep your you could change your volume with either your right or your left. So on this left side over here, you can see these. That's track backwards, track back, and this is track forward. So let's see, it doesn't look like you have any volume control right here, just on the back side. So I'm not sure which one I like better. I think I tend to lean toward the Silverado, having those rear steering wheel controls. I think it's just a little bit nicer to have that rear steering wheel controls. Overall, I think both of them do their job, but it would be nice to have the same steering wheel controls in all your vehicles, because I go to, if I've been driving this a lot, I go to hit the steering wheel, the volume or something, and accidentally hit the paddle shifters in the Honda. So I think, generally speaking, it'd be nice if they were just all the same. Even in some of the other Honda models, like the Accord, they're just a tiny bit different. I think they're on the same sides as far as, I think both of the cruise control settings are on the left side. The right side of the Honda. And I think the controls are parallel that way, but they just look a little bit different. The Chevys are paralleled as well. You've got your cruise control on the left and the Chevy Cruise over there, and you do have some infotainment stuff on the right. But they're still not exactly the same. I wish it would just be kind of congruent throughout all the vehicles that I have. It's kind of like, since I am a pilot and I fly airplanes for a living, it's kind of like having different avionics in airplanes. It makes it a little bit more difficult if you've been flying one and then jump in another one. Same with vehicles, to an extent. So it'd be, that Tahoe really, really, really is attractive for me, because it's got all these same controls and pretty much identical interior too. But there's some stuff that I like about the Honda Passport that I like more than the Tahoe, like fuel mileage and the all-wheel drive system. And the Passport is just, it's always on, so you don't have to engage it. like this, you have to put, too high or too low, or excuse me, too high, for high, and for low, and then auto, which is the same in the Tahoe. But in the Passport, it's always the same. It's always engaged, which makes it nice. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of talk about the steering wheel controls and a couple things that's going on with me right now. I'm waiting for license plates for this beast. So finally getting some different license plates, so it will be a little bit matching with the black license plates. Should look a lot better. I would like to figure out why the Honda Passport is smelling like gas. I'll probably give it maybe an oil change or two and see if I can't figure out myself. I pretty much avoid dealerships like the plague. It seems like every time I go in there, it's just a pain in the butt. So if I can't figure out why this thing is smelling like gas, I'll eventually go in and see if I can't get it fixed. Anyways, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Peace.